Welcome to the Yield Tactics Podcast, your go-to source for all topics related to yield and revenue management, pricing strategies, and industry insights. We're diving deep into the dynamic world of revenue management and pricing across various sectors, with a particular focus on travel, leisure, transportation industries, and beyond. From airlines optimizing seat inventory to hotels adjusting room rates based on demand, and even to theme parks maximizing ticket sales, yield management plays a crucial role in ensuring businesses extract the maximum value from their resources. Joining us are Yield Tactics senior consultants and partners, industry experts, thought leaders, and pioneers in the field of revenue management, who will share their expertise, experiences, and innovative strategies to help you stay ahead in this ever-evolving landscape.
This podcast is brought to you by Yield Tactics and Airline Tactics, the foremost consulting firm specializing in revenue management and pricing, serving clients worldwide.
Welcome to episode 6 of our revenue management series. In the previous episodes, we've explored key strategies like deregulation, seasonal pricing, fenced pricing, and buckets, moving gradually toward more advanced techniques. Now we're entering an exciting phase, advanced revenue management, where pricing sophistication reaches new heights. For industries that are already familiar with yield management, such as airlines, high-speed trains, cruise lines, and hospitality, advanced revenue management often involves harnessing the power of automation and artificial intelligence. These tools enable dynamic pricing to go beyond simple adjustments, automating price changes using algorithms based on real-time data. Through mathematical models or machine learning techniques, businesses can determine optimal pricing strategies in response to fluctuating demand, competitor actions, and market conditions, ensuring they maximize revenue with agility. In our consulting work, assessing the revenue management maturity of a business is relatively clear-cut, particularly for industries with experience in yield management. Our role is to help guide these businesses through more sophisticated approaches, integrating buckets, yield strategies, and advanced automation to achieve better results. For other industries, both within and outside of travel, that are newer to yield management, we've developed a framework to evaluate where they stand in their pricing journey. This includes understanding regulatory constraints and assessing which stage they're at in their journey, from seasonal pricing to fenced pricing and beyond. Some industries can make substantial strides by implementing these strategies. But what about businesses ready to take the leap into the next stage? As we've discussed in previous episodes, more ambitious companies can push toward advanced techniques, such as dynamic pricing and forecasting. For them, the next logical step is to explore how automation and artificial intelligence can be leveraged for real-time pricing adjustments. In this episode, we're diving into this cutting-edge territory, how automation and AI are transforming the revenue management landscape and enabling businesses to respond quickly to market shifts with precision. Let's explore how these tools are reshaping the future of revenue optimization.
When we talk about advanced revenue management, we're diving into a level of pricing sophistication that's beyond the basics. It's where dynamic pricing gets more automated, driven by advanced algorithms that adjust prices in real time. This isn't about changing a price once a day or week anymore. We're talking about a system that continuously assesses the market, looks at booking patterns, competitor actions, and customer behavior, and then recalibrates prices on the fly. The key to this is the use of mathematical models, or even machine learning techniques. These algorithms analyze vast amounts of data in seconds, figuring out the best pricing strategy that maximizes revenue. They consider things like how many units are available, how much demand there is for a particular product or service, and even what competitors are charging. This means businesses can respond quickly and I mean instantly, to shifting demand, changes in market conditions, and the strategies employed by competitors. So, while businesses in the past might have had to manually adjust their prices or follow set pricing rules, advanced revenue management takes the guesswork out of it. The algorithms do the heavy lifting, making it possible for companies to optimize their pricing at a level of complexity and precision that would be impossible to achieve manually. Now, let's break down the key features of advanced revenue management. These systems are really about taking a holistic, data-driven approach to pricing optimization, and they leverage a range of tools to get the job done. First, there's willingness to pay, or WTP. This is a core concept of dynamic pricing. Basically, it refers to the price a customer is willing to pay for a product or service. In advanced RM, businesses aren't just throwing out a blanket price for everyone. They're analyzing customer data to estimate individual WTP. So, if you're booking a last-minute flight and you're willing to pay a premium to secure a seat, the system will recognize that and adjust the price accordingly, maximizing revenue per customer. It's all about extracting the highest value from each individual transaction. Next, there's revenue unconstrained demand forecasts. This sounds a bit technical, but it's really interesting. Essentially, it's predicting how much demand there would be for a product if there were no supply restrictions, meaning no limit on availability. This forecast uses data to predict how many customers would want the product at various price points in an ideal world. The twist comes when real-time data, such as current bookings and market conditions, refines that forecast. This allows the system to adjust pricing in response to changes as they happen, so businesses don't miss opportunities to optimize revenue. Then we have pertinent segmentation. This is about grouping customers based on specific behaviors or patterns. Advanced RM systems make sure that different types of customers are offered the right price at the right time. For example, a business might segment customers who book early versus those who book last minute. The segmentation ensures the business is capturing more from customers based on their behavior or preferences. A big part of this is understanding optimized booking windows. Not all customers make their decisions at the same time, and the time between considering a purchase and booking it can vary. Advanced RM takes this into account by adjusting pricing throughout the booking process. For example, if demand is expected to increase as a particular event approaches, the system may adjust prices accordingly, capturing higher revenue during the peak booking window. And finally, there's market and competitor monitoring. In today's fast-moving markets, knowing what your competitors are doing with their pricing is just as important as understanding your own pricing strategy. Advanced RM systems track competitor prices and availability, adjusting your own prices as needed to stay competitive. If a competitor hikes their prices for a popular route or service, your system will know this and might respond by adjusting your own pricing to either match or strategically outmaneuver them. The goal is always to stay ahead while optimizing revenue. So, as you can see, advanced revenue management is all about using sophisticated algorithms and data to maximize revenue by reacting to real-time conditions and segmenting customers in a way that makes pricing more precise and dynamic than ever before. Now, let's talk about the role of artificial intelligence, AI, in advanced revenue management. Over the last decade, AI and machine learning have really started to reshape how businesses approach pricing and optimization. These technologies can process huge amounts of data much faster than traditional models, helping to identify patterns and adjust pricing strategies with minimal human intervention. However, at Yield Tactics, we also stress the importance of caution when it comes to fully embracing AI-based systems, especially those that operate as a black box. You've probably heard of these systems, ones that use multiple inputs such as reservation data, historical trends, competitor prices, and real-time demand signals to make pricing decisions. The catch? The decision-making process is opaque. This means that the system may decide on a price, but you don't really know why it made that decision or how it weighed the different factors. That's where we draw a line. We believe that AI should support decision-making rather than completely lead it. Think of it as the mathematician behind the curtain, solving the equations and ensuring the algorithms work at their highest capacity. But the human touch is still essential. It's important for businesses to be able to audit and understand the rationale behind the system's pricing decisions. AI should assist in identifying patterns and trends, not take over the entire process. The key is that AI algorithms need to be auditable and explainable. This way, businesses can still be in control, making smarter, data-driven decisions rather than just blindly trusting a system. Looking further ahead, the road to true revenue optimization is about finding the right balance. While AI and machine learning offer a lot of potential, there are already proven forecasting and optimization techniques in play that shouldn't be overlooked. For example, cost displacement models have been a mainstay in industries like airlines and hotels for years. These models can dynamically adjust pricing based on things like demand and length of stay. Even though larger airlines and hotel chains can afford complex systems like origin and destination RMS, tools that optimize transportation networks at a granular level, there's still a gap when it comes to affordable solutions for smaller networks. For example, smaller airlines, high-speed trains, or intercity bus services don't have access to the same level of network optimization. But here's the thing. The same principles behind these big systems are already being used in industries like hospitality to maximize revenue based on things like length of stay. This means those same principles could easily be applied to other sectors, like car rentals, where pricing challenges also revolve around length of stay. While AI definitely deserves its place in the spotlight for its potential to revolutionize industries, there are still reliable and scientifically sound models that can achieve predictable results without needing to rely on high-cost, complex AI solutions. The combination of tried-and-true algorithms with the capabilities of AI is where the real magic happens. And as businesses navigate their revenue management journeys, they need to remember that both innovation and reliability have a role to play in true revenue optimization.
And with that, our series on traditional revenue management comes to a close. Over the past 6 episodes, we've covered the foundational stages that have shaped the evolution of pricing strategies. From the early days of deregulation to seasonal pricing, fenced pricing, bucket pricing, yielded revenue management, and finally, advanced revenue management, we've seen how each stage builds on the last to create more dynamic and sophisticated strategies. But don't worry, the conversation doesn't end here. In the upcoming episodes, we'll be exploring total revenue management, integrated revenue management, and full revenue management. These next steps take the principles we've discussed to an even more holistic level, optimizing revenue across all touchpoints and departments. Stay tuned for these exciting developments in the world of revenue management. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast to catch every upcoming episode. And if you have any questions, comments, or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to reach out to us.
Stay connected with us on LinkedIn and visit our websites yieldtactics.com and airlinetactics.com for more exclusive content and information about our consulting and training services. From our websites, you can download the Yield Tactics magazine for free, featuring in-depth articles covering topics such as organizational transformation, advanced pricing techniques, marketing, revenue optimization, and distribution. The ideas and opinions expressed by our guests on this podcast are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or endorsements of Yield Tactics. Also, when we mention specific companies or products, it's important to note that such references do not constitute an endorsement by Yield Tactics, nor do they imply any business relationship between us.